Tumela, welcome to my channel. Now, we're gonna talk about eating in the dream state. Now, remember, as people, we are supposed to eat, supposed to feed ourselves in real life. If you don't eat, you'll die. Well, some people can go for days without eating, but if you don't eat, you'll die. I believe so. You can argue with my ancestors. Now, why do we see ourselves eating in the dreams? Now we're going to talk about it in the truth of Goma way. Guys, stop eating in your dreams and wake up and start running to the rivers to go and do the cleansing. A lot of people are actually cleansing every day out there because they're eating, their ancestors are feeding them in the dream state, and they go to the rivers and they go cleansing. Because why? Why are you doing this to yourselves? Because eating in the dream state, it is only bad when you're eating the wrong food. As well, when you're eating the wrong food, you should be asking yourself questions. You should not wake up and run to the river or the sea. Guys, please remember, you're going to be wasting a lot of energy. Imagine energy wasted in the digestive system in the dream state. Energy wasted physically going to the rivers. Now, seriously, as people you are living and giving each other advice, why are you doing these kind of things to yourselves? Now, remember, this is the truth of Goma. I'm not blaming anyone for doing this. But I'm just telling you that you're going to have to eat in the dream state. But some food, they are not supposed to be eaten. Now, remember, eating in the dream state, it is nothing to do with the food. Yes, it is to do with the food if it's the food you don't like eating. If it is wrong if it is the food you're not supposed to eat. Like me, as you see me like this, if I eat something that I don't eat, I'm a vegetarian, right? If I'm a vegetarian, if I eat meat in the dream state, obviously there's something wrong with me. Even for my ancestors to do these kind of things to me, I don't know that there's something wrong there. My ancestors are really pissed off with me. That's why they do things like that. They'll feed me things that they know I'm going to wake up upset and having a stomach upset for the fact that I've eaten meat in the dream state. Now, ancestors, the only way that they can get to us is by showing us things that we do in physical state. By showing us the things that when we do them physically, they might come out in the wrong way. Now, what do I mean by that? In the dream state, there are some foods that we do not eat. There are some food that we are not meant to be eating, or we do not eat. We decided we don't eat, but come on now. If it is brought in the dream state, you see yourself, that means there's something wrong there. Now, remember that symbolically, metaphorically, ancestors, when they bring in food in your dream state, they want to show you how you are like in real life. How you are like as a person. Remember, it shows us how we communicate with others. How we communicate with others, our needs are being met or are they not being met, right? Through eating, are we people of integrity? Through eating. When I'm saying people of integrity, imagine I tell my family that they know me as a vegetarian. They hear someone outside there saying they were with me in the restaurant. I was chowing meat. Now, what does it say about me? I'm talking about real life. It shows that I'm not being truthful. I'm not being truthful, am I? If I'm lying to my family and telling them that I eat vegetables, and in the dream as well, I do exactly the same thing, I've got a problem. Now, food are not necessary food. Ancestors, they get us through food. Aye, they do get us through food. Aye, with food, they get us. They get us. We can lie as much as we like. But when it comes to food, aye, ancestors, they get us. In the dream, you will just see yourself. You forget. Actually, they get me a lot with the food. I actually sometimes, obviously, I would have done something during the day that my ancestors are not happy, right? So they'll catch me in the dream state. I'll actually be talking out there, putting meat in my food, in the restaurant or somewhere, wherever I'm eating. And then I realize, oh my gosh, I've just eaten meat and I'm not meant to be eating meat. Oh wow, what can I do? Obviously, it's gone, it's gone. It's processed, it's processed. Now imagine if it was information. Huh? You told yourself you're not gonna watch this channel ever. And you're 5 minutes in it. I've already put information in you. You cannot undo it. You cannot take it away from me. You already listened to me. The same way as food. You're eating the food that you were not meant to be eating. And now you're feeling bad. I'm saying something that you don't like. Exactly that. So food is just a metaphor. You consume it, you're putting something in your mouth. You're eating it. Information. You're consuming information. Sometimes we do things we don't want to do, right? It will show us even with the food. Are we taking things from people that we wouldn't necessarily do? But we have to pretend as if, because we are not being truthful to ourselves. It will show us even with the food. We'll be given food, we don't want to eat it, we don't like it, but we eat it to please others in the dream state. Because physically you are like that. You eat food that you don't like so that you can please the people that you eat. That's why food is used like that. As well, sometimes some people will take and take and take your food. The same way as those people in the dream state who you'll be giving food, they are not appreciating them. The way you cook it, you take your time, you do all these things, you put all these nice things, spices, and no one says anything. People are just eating. No one says anything. They're actually eating and leaving place there where they just eat and they leave it there for you to clean them. People don't appreciate, do they? Same way as if you're watching this video and you think I've hit the right spot, you don't click like button. That means you're eating food, you're consuming food, you're taking my resources and you're not being appreciated. Your ancestors will show you in the dream state, eating the food that I've cooked and leaving the place there for me to take them and wash them. Because they're showing you that just like in real life, my child, you do not leave food back. Because the food in the dream state corresponds with real life issues. Now, in the dream state, they'll show you if you're eating the wrong food that don't agree with you, your belly. Right? They'll show you. You're taking the wrong information from the wrong people. You know that person is a bad cook. You grow around them. The food they cook cannot be taken into the belly because they will be damaging you. And in the dream, you see them giving them to you. You know very well that the food that they've cooked, they are not pleasing. Even you can see the food in the plate, they are not pleasing, but you take them. What is going to happen to you? You are what you eat. In the dream state, you are what you eat. Now, truth of God like this. Now let's talk about serious stuff. Now, when someone is doing something that is bad to you, even with that food, you can see that the food is cooked. It looks like it is something, right? But when you look properly at it, you can see. Sometimes you are not aware because just like in real life, you are not aware of things that are happening around you. Even the food you just eat, you eat towards the end of it, you see that that meat is rotten, right? In real life. because you just go and eat and eat and eat. Only notice afterwards one is already in the belly that is rotten. And you actually were doubting it while you're eating. Hey, this doesn't sound like it's fresh, isn't it? But you're eating it. Then at the end, you look at it, you realize, that is physical. In real life as well. Now, in the dream state, they'll show you that, my child, with the people around you, the people that you surround yourself with, their food, the food that they're giving you, it is like this. It looks like it is maize meal. But looking at it properly, my child, looking at it properly, look at it. This maize meal is turning into a mouse. This cannot be for consumption, right? Depending on where you are. But you thought it was maize meal. But look at it properly. It is a mouse. Now imagine if you ate that. I'm not talking about the mouse eating people. Remember, if you enjoy mouse, the mice, it is part of your diet. I know that a lot of people will eat that, especially to stop weeing in the bed and stuff like that. But we're talking about the dream state here. Now, talking about that, remember, this is the truth of coma. We're talking about eating in the dream state. Guys, please enjoy your food and stop being ridiculous with this food in the dreams. People eat and they start saying they're being bewitched. Come on now. How can you be bewitched when you're eating the right food in the dreams? Unless if you're eating the wrong food in the dreams, we can start talking about witchcraft, because it is a craft that is witching. But what is witchcraft? Anyway, now we're talking about dream state. Guys, eating in food is good. Actually, if you want to look at yourself properly and how you deal with others around you and how you deal with how you are like as a person and how you communicate your needs, right? Or how you deal with things that are not right around you. You should look at the way they feed you the food. If it's the kind of food you eat, it's the kind of food you wouldn't eat. And if you're eating them or you're not eating them. And what is actually happening with the people who are just actually sitting there with you eating and stuff like that. And if you're cooking, meaning that if you're cooking, you're going to be sharing your resources with others. Now, if those people, they're enjoying your resources, they have to show. Now, if you're cooking for 10 people, you can tell that the food you're cooking is going to be enough for 10 people. But then if you don't do that, you've got 10 people sitting down there and you cook in the small pot. Your ancestors, your spirits and guides, they're trying to tell you something about you. You cannot even count properly. But you can see 10 people are there, hungry stomachs, but you're cooking for one. Your pot looks like it's a pot that is cooked for one. What is wrong with you? Why are you being greedy? You can't even feed people. You've got all this food there. You're going to be, you're cooking. You've got a big pot. You cooked in a big pot, actually. But when 10 mouths there to feed, you go in there with small things. I guess maybe some people it's luxury. Small thing like they make it luxury. Guys, we're talking about African people here. We want plates full of food. Make it full. And if we are living, we are living. There's nothing to waste. It's going to be shared with others. Remember, we are recycling. What is left over, there's going to be something that is going to be eating that. This is the truth of Kama, right? Now, guys, just enjoy your food in those dreams and stop playing around with food. And if it's something you don't eat, just don't eat it. Don't be forced into eating something you don't like eating. As well, weakness as well can be looked into in those dream states. Imagine you're full, someone gives you a plate full of something, and you're still eating it. You can see that you're struggling to even breathe. You're still eating it. Aibo. Now, seriously, imagine in the dream state while you're sleeping. It's not right. It's not right. Anyway, that was the truth of God. Enjoy your food. Have woods.